get you on one more
And
thing
again,
before we run out of time. And that is this in an op ed for Pop Sugar, whose headline I have to sort of
Say
clean
it,
up.
say it.
If I say it, will you hire me? Because I'll get fired.
You will immediately get fired. All right, just use the
All right. So,
abbreviation.
no, no. So the headline is F humility, brag about your stuff. That's the cleaned up word. You wrote, it's taken a lifetime of self work and reflection to figure out that being proud of myself is wonderful and totally fine. So, Robin Thede, what does it mean for Black women in particular to celebrate their accomplishments?
Absolutely. I think it's so critical. I think that in this world, especially with social media and all of that stuff, not to sound too trite about it, but I think we think if you're not winning Emmys or you're not CEO of a company, then your hustle isn't hard enough, right? You're not doing enough to be where you're supposed to be, but that's not true. It's just not true. I think, I have a really good friend who literally rose to the C-suite of her company and she was like, "Yeah, but I'm not the top." And I was like, "Ma'am, if you don't come with me to brunch so I can buy you a mimosa and celebrate you and love on you," and like we're not celebrating. But this similarly, if you get your very first job, you get an internship, you get whatever, it's all a step in your success and it's all to be celebrated. I think we're taught, for those of us who like were in church a lot or grew up with relatives from the south or whatever, like I had, who were kind of like women should be not hidden, but women shouldn't be bragging, right? You should be
Hmm.
humble. You should be, like, "Oh, yes, it's fine." I'm like, "No, like, F that. Like, be really proud of everything that you've done at every stage. Don't be too good for a job, but at the same time, enjoy what you have in front of you and do a really great job and then move on when you're ready to move on." But I think for me, I just find too many women making themselves small and too many women downplaying their accomplishments because they're not, "Oh, I didn't win an Oscar." It's like, well, that's not for everybody. That doesn't mean what you're doing isn't changing the world. You're changing the world. Like, stop having these, like, I don't know, these unrealistic goals of what success is. I think we keep pushing the bar away when we have had so much success. The last thing I'll say is the bar of measurement that I always use is I say, think about your 6-year-old self. Would she
Hmm.
be in awe of where you are? Because I know mine would be. And she would have been 10 years ago, even when I wasn't doing a Black Lady sketch show and the show wasn't winning Emmys. Like, she would have been so proud of me and so blown away by what I had done, even before people knew who I was or I was on TV. So I challenge people to look at it that way. And if your 6-year-old would have bragged about it, you should too.